Welcome back. Let's talk about the action bar or the app bar and see what it can do for us as designers. Now before that, let's quickly see what's up with the upstairs neighbor, the status bar. This doesn't get any love and it's quite a shame when developers leave it at its default state. A dark gray bar is not really a great look. Though you can make it transparent or black, designers tend to use a solid color which matches the action bar and it's more aesthetically pleasing that way. This also provides better contrast with all of its icons, which are mostly white. Now, most recently with Material Design 3, the status bar does get the same color as the action bar by default. But that's it about the status bar, so let's move down to the action bar. Now, the action bar can take several shapes and sizes. There are 4 in total, but you're probably gonna use only 1 or maybe 2. Now, this is the classic one with a menu icon on the left and the logo in the middle. This is the centered action bar, and it's quite popular for the home screen, meaning the screen where you always come back to. Now, this menu icon is typically called the hamburger menu because, well, 3 lines on top of each other, so I guess it somewhat resembles a hamburger. Anyway, this is very popular, but please be aware that these tabs are a separate component. Yes, they are the same color, but they're not a part of the action bar per se. Okay, moving on the right side, you'll often get some icons that help you do some fairly important actions. In this case, we have a search feature, which is quite useful in a news website, plus another menu. Let's move on to another very popular action bar. When you enter inside an item, you're typically gonna get this layout. This arrow helps you go back or up a level, depending on how you look at it. Then you have a title that helps you navigate the app, plus another icon on the right side. This is a typical action bar that's left aligned, where in the first action bar we had a central item, the logo. Here the title is to the left. So to sum this up so far, we've seen 2 types of action bars, centered and left aligned. Again, typically the centered one shows off the company's logo and you'll usually see it on the main screen of the app. The left aligned title is usually shown when you're inside some type of content. So that's 2 out of 4 action bars. What about the other 2? Well, here's an example from Gmail. As you can see, the title is very long and quite large, so it wouldn't fit next to the arrow. You're actually not supposed to make the title super small to make it fit. That's why Material Design suggests these 2 options. Basically, the title moves down. Now, my advice, try to avoid it because this doesn't look all that great in my opinion. Now, let me tell you the truth, apps get updated all of the time. So you might check out these very same apps from this course and you might see they're completely different. That's just how things are. But the essential point always remains the same. A hamburger menu, a title, some icons on the right side. Never use more than 3 icons on the right side. And if the title doesn't fit in line with the hamburger menu or the back arrow, just move it down, don't shrink it. Now, the question is, could you do small variations? Sure, for example, here's Google Calendar. Here, we're on the main screen. You would expect the title to be centered, but this is actually a drop down, so it's left aligned. And because there are 3 icons on the right side, this actually makes sense to place the month and year on the left. And still inside Gmail, we get this action bar in the settings. Now, this arrow is very common. Again, it shows you that you're inside something and that you can go back. Or as the official guide says it, you can go up a level. Now, the action bar is left aligned. Icon, title on the left side, and then a menu icon on the right side. But yeah, overall, this is how most action bars look like. Now let's talk about size in pixels. You have a guide attached, so you don't need to memorize anything. We're talking about the 360 screen size from Material Design 2 doubled, so 720 pixels for the width. So For the status bar, we want 48 pixels, and for the action bar, 112. This gives us a total of 160 pixels. For the empty space on either side, 32 pixels is the norm. By using this artboard size, you can always look up the official material design guide and double the values that are shown here in DP. So if we take a look, we're gonna see that the action bar is 56 DP times 2, 112. It's the same for the margins. They say 16, we're gonna double it, so that's 32. So this is a results-oriented tip. Double the number in the official guide when you're using my recommended artboard size. And that's it for the status bar and the action bar. You have the sizes in pixels plus the most common layouts. See the cheat sheet so you can refresh your memory. Thank you so much.